Good afternoon, good morning, good day, according to whoever is in you right now watching this. You understand? You're tuned in to Boardroom of the Kings. I am Johann Harry. I'll see you now next to
Trevon Pascal, the one and only pimpin'.
that we're talking about. And what we're going to try and discuss, because we're going to try, we're not sure how well we're going to discuss it, but we want to try and discuss or try to articulate is how men are viewed in society. Not just how men are viewed, but society's reaction to when it is a man displays emotional pain. More or less.
For real.
Right?
For real. That's a real good topic, bro. And to everybody who listening to this or who subscribe, you can just subscribe to the channel. You can just click the like button, notification bell for more content. And if it is you like the content, you can always share it, tell a friend. This is what we're doing. This is not for us. This is for the kings to come. All right? So let's get right to it. That being said.
Jump in now.
Well, first off, let me just say this one time.
Right.
Most times, they always tell you that a man shouldn't cry. A man shouldn't show pain. A man shouldn't show no type of emotion at all because today's standards is called a toxic masculinity for a man to not show pain. So that's what we were taught, right? And there were times when men would break and men would not know when that break would come emotionally, where they would just have a meltdown or something along those lines. And people just meme them, bro. Like, the internet is a real savage place.
The meme, to me,
Yo.
the memes, to me, the memes that we see is just, what are the memes? Let me explain it. It's like the memes are just really and truly what society really is. You understand? It's just that we compact what society really and truly does to men when it is they display these sorts of emotions and we get it in meme form. You understand where I'm coming from? So that Will Smith becomes a meme and
Tyrese
becomes a meme and
Kanye West
becomes a meme and
so the list goes on and
on. Especially, and you realize that they don't become a meme for anything else. But when it is, we become a meme when it is we display emotions, and then women come and they say that we want man to display emotions, but society showing you exactly what it is do to men display emotions though. They're showing it.
You
understand?
I could even add to that too, whereas, okay, as a man, I've been through some stuff, you've been through some stuff, and I can tell you for a fact, a lot of fellas out there been through some stuff, and they've been through that stuff by themselves. You know what I mean? I could tell you from experience where I had to thank God that the circle of friends I had at the time was my support system. I had to thank God and everybody, every holy system out there for my friends that had my back to this day. You know what I mean? Because there was a time where a man who was unable to express himself emotionally does eventually go into a dark place. And when that darkness settled, it started settle as water vapor. And then it just started settling like a drop. And before a drop, it turned to a cup of water. And if a cup of water turned to a bucket of water, and you're drowning in your own darkness because we can't express how we feel. That's suppression. That's suppressing business now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been taught to suppress.
Son?
We've been taught to suppress our emotions. That is just how it is. For us to like even saying down here having this conversation about this right now, I really and truly, you understand, I'm already feeling uncomfortable. You understand? Because I feel like I'm going and talk about how men just feel, look, and there's something that men don't talk about. Dog. You understand where I'm coming from? We don't even talk about it on this level. Like,
so how far could you go in terms of speaking about emotions? How far I think you could go?
With who?
Being real on camera. How
on camera?
Personal, yeah.
I could give 100%. It's just that at the same time, I know that I have human beings out here and I know how human beings are. So that I could articulate something that was really and truly painful for me or traumatic for me. You understand? But as we have just came to a consensus, I'll be a joke on TikTok. You understand? I'll be the guy on TikTok who they making memes about. You understand? For really and truly expressing that I want to be seen as a partner or somebody that you're trying to build with, and not just somebody that providing finances. You understand where I'm coming from? Because that shit has made me emotional. When it is, I feel like I'm in a relationship, though, and the relationship is somehow tied to my ability to provide financially for this person. Because if it is, I'm not providing for you financially, no, I don't even have a say in your life. You see a woman saying, no. Like, you can't speak to me, you're not paying my bills. You understand where I'm coming from? So then the only reason I leave is to pay bills. Because that's how it coming across. It coming across like they look at men as providers. You understand? And a provider don't have emotions at the end of the day, so we don't need to check in to see what's going on with the provider because he providing. You understand? And the point, and we watched a video just the other day where it is a woman was talking about how it is if it is she, they ask she if it is she husband can't provide basically, and she says simple she
will
need
get
to
an
she will get.
What happens now, yeah, God forbid, if your husband gets sick and it can't work?
Then I have to find a new one. I have to find a new one.
And
You understand?
You
So-
know the sad part about that, say it, bro? That is the mindset of a lot of women out here today. Don't get me wrong, we're not bashing women. We're just telling people what we go through so that in some way we can help somebody out there. Because, alright, cool. She went on camera and said that she have no desire to work. The girl said blatantly, I am not buying nothing for that nigga. But
Your thoughts on this?
Working. I don't see myself getting a 9 to 5. I want to be.
Wait.
Hold on a minute.
No, wait.
Hold on a minute. I want to be with a man who's a provider, who will allow me to be a housewife. I want to be a lady of leisure.
Tell me about the birthday thing you told me, please. I
wouldn't buy a man a birthday gift. No. He has me.
Stop. I'm so sorry. You yourself, you're useless. You're fucking useless.
Yeah.
I'm
Yo,
not buying nothing for
listen
that
what I'm
man,
saying. Let be 100 inside
Wow.
in this room just for a second, right?
wow.
Yo, cameraman, guy on this side, you and me, right? Cameraman, how much gifts females buy you on your birthday? Like while you was in relationships or something? And what's that fact? Let's go further. Valentine's Day coming up. How many times you've been in a relationship, camera, right? And the female in the relationship decide, like, yo, it is going on. I go and do something real nice for you for Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is all about them, not about we.
So then this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Valentine's Day is not about love.
True.
So then the love is only go one way then.
It has always been that way. It has always been that way.
You guys?
Bro, I'll go so farther than this. Okay, Valentine's Day is for people who love one another, but it's always benefit the chick or the lady.
No,
Let me go this further. Mother's Day, Father's Day, right? Look at that dynamic. Look how fathers go for Mother's Day and look how fathers go for Father's Day. You know what I mean? What would this normally get as a father? What would this get as a father? You understand? What you could say that house was substance. Okay, I do the same old man. But yet, what's going on is that they always do that.
With that one I kind of iffy because at the end of the day, like, you grew up with your mom and dad? Mom or dad, which one? None? Mom or dad? You had both parents?
Yeah.
You had both parents?
Not really.
So you had dad?
I have my mother.
Well, you had your mom, and I had my
mother.
mom.
I have my mother
So-
and my grandmother.
So, like for me, the most people in our society, they grew up with your mom and stuff. You understand? Some dad wasn't around, and some dad wasn't involved. You understand where I'm coming from? So then the emphasis would be on mothers for certain things, and I understand that.
I follow what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that even though the dad is present, they don't value him as an integral person. It's okay, hey, I'm doing this for my father because he was a vital role in my life. Not because he was the only person that was vital. It's just that even though he's there, mommy is still getting most of it. And it's understood, but at the same time, what's good for the goose will be good for the gander. You know what I'm saying? This is my take on it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel that when coming to the whole topic at hand, where we're talking about, men trying to be comfortable, to have a comfortable space to be, vulnerable or let it all out. Like, nobody really cares.
It have no space for that.
Nobody really cares, and
It have no
that's my
space for
point
that.
with Father's Day.
It
Nobody
don't have
really
space for that.
cares. Understand? Real talk.
If it is we decide to talk about it, dog, like really and truly talk about it, dog. I don't, even if we say exactly how we feel, I don't think they want to listen. I don't think nobody going to listen. I think that men will continue to hide their emotions because
Because
we don't have
nobody
a
cares.
space. We don't have a
Nobody
space to
cares.
really actually
Yo,
articulate how it is we feeling, though.
there was this thing, this video I saw on TikTok, about a couple weeks back, and there was this woman who said, I don't know the TikToker, but she said, men, fellas, who do you go to when you're vulnerable at your lowest point?
God.
Listen to this, what the chicks, they had a panel of fellas that was responding, right? And all of them were saying the same thing. Who do I go to? I keep it to myself. I'm a man. That's what they thought, right? Then there were a couple fellas who said, I can't tell nobody not because they go trade back in my face. But all of them said at the end, the closing remarks, these men, nobody cares. And that's the God honest truth. That's the reality that we are in right now, where nobody cares about a man becoming emotionally vulnerable to the point where he could say how he feels. Hurt if you have to hurt, let that hurt out and move on or heal from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, what is normally be a drawback to that, and we have, all of us have seen this, where men who are unable to let that pain out just end up lashing out
in some way.
And I could tell you because I have lived it. I have lived it, and I don't care if who see who and see who vex. I don't care about that. This is my story, and this is what I will tell. Understand? Truth be told, I am a living product of a father who did not know how to be emotionally responsible to let his feelings out, and as a result, we were the ones with the beaten bags. I'm telling you, anybody who knows me personally, knows that. Yeah, I put it out here, but it's not a secret because this is my story and I share it all over there.
How did you behave with you in public?
I will be very honest with you. I don't have any recollection of how we was in public because that scarcely ever was happen. You know, I would say this though, as much as he might have been what you call a provider of his time, the mindset of those at the time was that because I give you food, clothing, and shelter, they feel that we owe them something when we come of age. Understand? So as a result of time and time again, years upon years upon years, they would try to tell you certain things that eventually start to guilt trip you into thinking that, okay, hey, I owe them a lot. I owe them this. I remember watching I posted something about 2 or 3 weeks back, and I was like, wow, profound. I really wish I could say that to him now. Like, you know, hey, I don't owe you nothing.
So, yeah, if it is your dad was standing like right beyond the fringes of the light here, right? And you was to really and truly, you understand, like there's one moment where it is you're going to get away with being emotional. Get away with, you understand, this is not going to be truth back in your face. You're not going to feel like if this going and, you understand, follow you later. What you would say to him? Because I know I would say to mine. I know how I would address him. So
I will tell you the truth, bro. I will tell him the truth of how I feel. You know, I'll tell him the truth of what it is.
How do you feel?
I feel like you feel me. I feel like you feel all of us. I feel like you feel my brother, my brothers. You feel everybody. As well, I firmly believe that you failed us, you know, as a man, as a father, as a mentor, as a teacher, as a person that we could learn from, to look up to. You failed at everything, you know, and then I know how to repair myself so I can be a better father to my child. This is the reason why I do what I do. Understand? This is the reason why I am who I am, because I know who not to be. You know what I'm saying? So as much as that may be that he is who he is, I have to also thank the universe for having been him being the example for being what I should not be or never be. You know?
What was Johann?
Well, if I was at the conversation,
Yeah.
I tell him that he hurt me. I tell him that he was emotionally unavailable. And he knew how to be emotionally available when it is he was dealing with the girls, and he wasn't able to do the same thing with me. I'll tell him that he hurt me by miseducating me. Because his job was to educate me. So yeah, he was the person who teach me to watch a woman bottom. Cool. And that is not a problem. But he wasn't the person who teach me how to treat a woman. How to have a conversation with her.
Facts.
And so where I'm coming from, he wasn't the person to pull my square and help me from making certain mistakes. I had to do this on my own though.
Facts.
I feel like if it are certain areas that I ain't grow in. Because I didn't have somebody to pattern me to fuck up though. I feel hurt. I feel hurt that my mom had to do that shit basically by herself to a certain degree. And he know that she had real drawbacks dog. And he didn't help. That hurt. It hurt to see that the way that he interact with her dog, like really and truly interact with her in front of me and my siblings. It hurt that the education that he gave me was a miseducation across the board. Across the board. It hurt that you never really and truly had a good... Give me a second, eh? You never give me a good understanding of anything to do with females. Yeah, you teach me to watch bottom and yeah, you had real punch magazines on their bed though, and that manifests pornography problem when it is I didn't need that though. You give me problems that you didn't even know that you shouldn't have give me though. You give me problems that you shouldn't have give me. And the places in which you could sidestep certain things, you didn't really sidestep certain things. So the education that you give me was not really good education. And in the places where I really and truly needed certain things, it didn't do them though. And it hurt. It is hurt every single day when I wake up and I realize that I still fighting to not be you. Yeah, so I'm coming from. The real pain, dog, is when it is I wake up in the morning and I realize that a lot further down the road than I started off. But even at this point, dog, I still running from your shadow, dog. So even when it is you didn't help, dog, in the places that you didn't help, it hurt so much that even when I is here, dog, I still don't feel safe. In this society, we saying that men are able to show their emotions. But it starts from the top start. The men who are supposed to show you how to show you emotions was not around. And when they was around, they was interested in other things. It is hurt that men, they say yeah, I'm a wife and I'm a children, and then they hear the same men saying, yeah, I'm a child mother and I have a child mother here and there. Like, they never give me a blueprint stuff.
And not just that, with regards to the blueprint, bro. It's the mere fact that them men did not think about we. Them men didn't think about the fact that, okay, while you having a son, you have 2 or 3 sons, you're raising 3 husbands to come in. You're raising 3 fathers to come in. You're raising 3 mentors. Them men never think about that, you know. All them men know is that they have 3 children.
Yeah.
That's all them men just think about. They have 3 children.
It's like
having the children is the legacy.
Raising the children.
It's like
raise the children. That is a legacy.
It's like we was more of a commodity,
a bling
than your project. Yeah, like tell me, yo, when I see how I interact with my little cousins, yo, listen to what I'm telling you. I just watch these kids and them stuff, and I see the defects from their parents in them. You understand where this is coming from? I have a little cousin who you could tell he don't feel like he hurt at all. He don't like to, he anytime he come and he talking, he hold tone if it is he playing and he doing different things, sir, is one thing. But from the time somebody call him and ask him to say something or ask him a question, he demeanor is kind of quiet and shy. One time and I started to pull him and be like, hey, what going on with you? When they're talking to me, talk, dog. Don't let it be something where they're coming on here and you pussyfooting around. As a child, I started like, no, yo, you're safe here, and you can see what it is you need to see. Don't do that. And we don't want men to do that for we, dog. We didn't have that, though.
The home is the practice ground.
It's more than the practice ground. It's more than the practice ground. From the time it is you go from being a man who having sex with a woman to being a man that impregnate this woman, it's a different scene. Yes, you have no idea how this whole thing's supposed to go. But just look at it idealistically, dog, and say to yourself, what it is I had issues with, or it's hard for me, that and just don't get a child out.
Easier said
It's
than
simple.
done.
Just
Easier said
don't
than
get a
done.
child. What it is you get.
Bro, let me show you something, right? Because of what I see, or what I experience, or what I go through, I made a conscious decision to educate myself on how to be better than what I experience. So instead of perpetuating the cycle, I am on a constant mission to break it. And one of the things I do in my household is you have an open door policy. Say how you feel. Speak your mind with respect, because we build our foundation on respect. And with that now, we also try to incorporate personal studies as opposed to just school education. Because as much as the school can teach you certain things, there's certain things I as a parent have to teach you at home. Or his mother has to teach him at home. Understand? So in all essence, we try to encompass all that together because we know what they've been through and break that cycle. Emotional intelligence is one of the things that I will continuously stress upon. I hear your pain, bro. I hear your pain, and I know for a fact. And let me say something. I hear your pain, and I know for a fact.
Dread, I ain't get to say anything.
I know you have plenty more to say.
Still, with what articulate, I ain't got to articulate well. Like, I ain't really actually say it so that if it is he was there and he was soft, he will understand. Still,
this is what I say. This is the point I was trying to get at. I corroborate that point. Because even though he right there, and I say how I feel and what he do, in his mindset, he believe he did nothing wrong. So he will never understand where I come from. You hear any pain in my voice, because it's still there. But what I can tell you is this, brethren. One of the hardest things in this life to do is to forgive yourself and forgive somebody you'll never get apology from. That, I feel, is what we was put on this planet for to do, boy. To learn to forgive people.
The real issue to me is
that hard, boy.
That we carrying everything forward.
That's what we're doing.
We carrying everything forward because as men, now, even though I saying all of this, that is why I would say to my dad if it is, and still, it's have plenty more that I need to would wish I could have said. But even with all that, I have no idea who he had. Even though I know my grandfather, what I'm saying is that his upbringing and the way that his father would have passed on information to him, the way that he would have been taught, now at the end of the day, I feeling this, and I angry, and I hurt, and I feel like yo, you do my injustice, and you real slack off in areas like yours, that taught you that stand for me. But at the same time, I don't know the kind of teaching that you get, dog. I don't know who had your back. I don't know who had conversations with you. So maybe really and truly was doing your best.
No, let me just add to that what you're saying there too. Chances are you're very right about that, because when you look back at it, it comes like a classroom where everybody teaching somebody something and the whole classroom don't understand, but they ain't saying nothing, right? They carry that forward, but the classroom become more ergonomically understood now, where everybody have different learning curves. So with that now, we get to ask the questions. Hey, why so and so and so, that we learn as we go along, especially as parents today. Them probably didn't have that. But my thing is, there are people who just grow with the times. There's people who constantly and continuously learn to be better parents, to be better persons. You understand what I'm saying? And if it is you are in a journey where you're not trying to become a better person, learn to become a better parent, a better friend, a better father, a better husband. If you're not on the track or on the course of doing that, you will never ever appreciate, accept, or understand where or what kind of damage that you inadvertently going to pass on to your child. Understand? I tell you from what I know, or from what I experience. I have siblings there who, it's sad to say, we do not have any type of dealings with them.
Yo,
And that is my story.
if I was to sit here and tell you about stories about my childhood, dog, and I was to think about my dad in these stories, dog, he never really expressed it. Yo, I think I hugged that man once. I think I hugged that man once, dog. No, listen where I'm coming from. I've hugged that man once. If my sisters was to go on, if you was to ask my sisters the exact same questions, they can count how much times they hug daddy.
What was the occasion?
The ones I hug him, yo, all of we was, and here where it was, we was lying down on a big mattress in the middle of my grandmom living room, and we had the television. It wasn't where the television was normally be, and we was watching a movie, and in the movie, like while watching the movie, my little sister turned and she hugged me, so I hugged her back. But my dad was on the next side of me now, so my big sister on the next side of him while watching the movie, and she turned and, because my little sister hugged me, I don't know what, she turned and she hugged dad now. So then I turned to hug the man dog, and when it is I turned to hug the man dog, the whole facial expression, everything changed up, because the hero, that not supposed to happen. That not supposed to happen in here.
When I say change,
It's facial expression. Dan, when it is my sister hug him and when I hug him, dog, it was two different facial expressions, though. And from his facial expression, I knew that wasn't really normal. You understand where I'm coming from? And it was weird, because before that, as I'm telling you, I could only remember hugging this man once, though. You know, Isa? You know, like, really and truly understand where this is coming from. This is my father, though. This is, you supposed to be God to me until a certain point, stop.
Correct.
Until a certain point, I supposed to watch you like you're the hero in the story, though. Regardless of what story we on, dog, you're the hero. You're the hero. And it's like my story was hero-less, dog. Imagine that. Imagine having a story, dog, and a story, dog, have a hero in your story, dog. Or you're looking for a hero, dog. Imagine in your story, dog, you looking for a hero. Until it is you realize, you're not going to have no hero. I know to need to become the hero, dog. This man leave me with a responsibility. When it is, he and my mom separate, right? It's like, well, they're going through whatever they're going through. And if I'm being honest, even as a child, I was happy that they separated, dog. I was happy that they separated, dog, because I didn't see two happy people. I never saw two happy people. You understand where I'm coming from? It had happy moments, but I didn't see two happy people. So it was better off if it is only disconnected. It's not no scene to me, but still though, your disconnection to the person that is you bring us into the world with is not your disconnection from us. You understand where I'm coming from? And that's it. That is the biggest pain, dog, is that you was daddy right up until it is you wasn't daddy anymore. And when it is you move on, dog, you find a woman who already had a child, dog, and you really actually get that woman and that child the kind of vibes that you didn't get to your own kids, dog. So me watching it as a man, dog, that shit hurt. Knowing to myself that, yo, it's a mad scene that my mom is under. And shit a little easier for you because you grew up in a certain way. But you're not providing that for your kids. Sure. It's so dread that when it is you're looking at the situation, it's like, but why you don't want us? Why you don't love us? You know it is to actually feel to yourself that your parent now forming a brand new family with somebody else, dog, and you no longer important.
How did you express that when you were younger?
I don't know. Listen what I'm saying. You know what I just do? I cover pain with laughs. That is what I just do. So Johann will sit down and be the guy who joking about everything. Everything that's serious is still a joke to me. Because I need to laugh. Because that is the only way that I go and get to cover this pain, dog. And that's how I get by. I'm talking about on a whole. I'm not just talking about emotional situations with that and these kind of things. Even with females. I wasn't taught how to really actually make a relationship work and make things gel with somebody, daughter. You understand where I'm coming from? And then I know to myself that these same females you want to try and build with or try and get something going with, them will throw things back in your face as fast as they could do. You understand? So regardless of what, no matter what direction you're heading, if it's your parents, if it's your girlfriend, if it's your family, regardless of what, dog, you're targeting a kind of way. You're kind of like a standalone. That's what it is. It's a standalone, dog. Because, alright, how much are all inside right here, though? Right? Get placed in a position, let me say, with regards to, you run up on tough times, though. It's tough times. Like tough times. You're down to ramen, though. It's ramen that boiling. You understand where I'm coming from? You're not too sure how you're making it from here to there or whatever. Who you feel comfortable going and telling that, yo, things real bad on my ends? You feel if I eat ramen alone for 5 weeks, that anybody go and hear about it? Nobody go and hear about it, though. You know why nobody go and hear about it? Because nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares.
Yeah, but nobody cares about it. So how could they care?
How could they care? Listen to what I'm stating, My sisters can't eat ramen for 5 weeks. My best friend can't eat ramen for 5 weeks. You know why? Because I ask questions, though. Hey, where you had for lunch today again? When last time woman asked someone how he they went, look? We sort of ask that, dog. You think about these things. They don't ask we, yo, how your day went? Where you had for lunch?
That's true.
Like, how this thing taking place in your life? How that thing yo, the only way you're going on, know what is going on is by asking questions, though. And women that say that they want men to talk and they want men to open up and they want men to this and that. But the simplest part, to ask questions and genuinely want to answer and genuinely be interested, they're not doing that. But they want to play it back like if men don't talk and men don't open up and men don't say what is going on with them. And nobody don't ask, though. We don't volunteer information as men. That is what we don't do. We don't volunteer information. If you get information from us, it's because this information either need to come out, though, or I feel like I'm safe enough to volunteer this information with this person.
And
9 times out of 10, that happening.
Trevor, for you, was the closest moment you had with your father?
No, I'm saying is this, bitch. I try to be as collective as possible with my thoughts. I have no recollection of any times where we was good. I have no recollection of that. I will tell you one thing though. I enjoy movies because of him. So he would take us to the movies now and again.
Same with mine. Same with mine.
To say like, what is a defining moment? What was the most profound thing your father has passed on to you? I don't have that. Understand? I don't have that at all. I do not remember what he smelled like to even get that close. I don't know. It's difficult to really be naked.
Say that again. Because it have real depth to that sentence. You understand? That is not. Say that again. That need to be said again, though. If you're in a relationship with a woman, though, you want to feel like you could be naked, though. And I'm not just talking about with a woman, though. Anybody that, like, as a matter of fact, I cut you to start it. I apologize. So continue.
Yeah, Johann.
Say about that.
So it's like trying to be that vulnerable to the point where I could be safe. And I never saw that safety with my father's dealing with that. So as a result, I grew up not trusting him. That was according to Johann, That man's supposed to be the hero in your story, and I can't trust him. I can't trust him. So me now, growing up and seeing that, it does become difficult for me to really be naked with a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you go out there, and just like what you answered earlier on, you express your deepest emotions for somebody, but then here was normally happens sometimes, if not most of the time. They will take that emotion that you bestowed on them and use it against you, or they will use it to manipulate you. You understand? So now you now have something that I have something on you where I can use to either manipulate you, use you, or get you.
Or embarrass you.
And most case scenarios and most times embarrass you. So now, like I said in the early opening statements of the cast, we men have no choice but to either keep it to yourself because no one really does care about our nakedness mentally and emotionally. No one cares about that. You understand? So much so that it's like we're so groomed to look for the woman, but we're not looking for the woman who is able to listen, understand, appreciate, and respect our vulnerability.
True.
You understand? It come like I'll show what they say. We the charging bull. And when you look, all we seen is red, but we're not seeing the knife on the side. We're not seeing it. So we're charging towards that because that's what we were geared to think we want. Not knowing that that's what they're coming to do, use against you. They use your own emotion, your own rage, your everything against you.
Women like to ask this. What a man want? What a man want? You don't understand what they want. Yo, ask any man though. What you want from a woman though? If the man honest with you though, he wants you to provide peace though. That's all. The only thing we want from you is to provide peace though. We want to feel like regardless of what's going on outside, regardless of, you understand, which line mine I matched today and I might have lost my foot but I survived it though. I need to feel like when it is like bunch though, like
all that shouldn't matter.
Nothing no matter.
All that shouldn't exist.
All the big boy thing that I had to play outside there and hold a straight face and hold a firm and thing dog. When it is I bounce in here dog, I must be able to say, shit. I just need you dog. Like yo, come here dog. You understand? Today was a rough one. There was problems, Gil, but so and so take place and you understand. I really actually don't know how I feel about this. And this person wrong, man. They saw it feel when it is. They say this or that or the other or whatever. Yo, the same way woman want to talk, man want to talk now. Everybody want to talk now. You understand? Everybody want to feel like they have a space to be open and comfortable. And yo, that is what we looking for. But everybody feel like they need to provide. Don't provide other things. Provide peace. If you could start by providing peace, though, we go and get well fast. Sure about that. I'm sure that I go and bend over backwards to ensure that you feeling okay and that you covered, because I feel like this is my safe space, dog, and it have nothing that we wouldn't do to protect we safe space.
I want what was just said there to be understood across the board, and to my viewers out there, to all our viewers out there. If a man could identify that you bring peace off the bat, like you bring peace. If he could identify, he could put up with any type of bullshit you bring, as long as it could provide peace. That's all we want.
Dog. Yo, we just come from places of problems, home to relationships are problems, dog. You feel like if it is you go from one battlefield to the next battlefield, dog. That's how it is literally feel, dog. It's feel
and then what's happening now when it is that happens, when you come from one battlefield to the next battlefield, and you decide, here we're going, I trying to protect myself from not getting any blows on this battlefield. There's the person now who sees that and tries to be your rock or your anchor in that regard. And now you can't be that person to that person, because the person who you want to be that person with, they're not being that with you. And then there's another kettle of fish where that is concerned.
Next kettle of fish.
Understand?
If you
Anyway.
walk, if you walk from one battlefield, and when you leave a battlefield, it's to go to the next battlefield. And then you have to leave this battlefield to go back to the first battlefield, then to come back home tomorrow to the next. Dog, you feel like you're always in battle mode, dog. You know it is to be in a relationship with somebody, and you feel like a relationship itself is a battlefield, and I'm not talking about both or all battling together. Yo, that's it, and it's like you're coming home to your next enemy, dog. After you deal with your first enemy, dog, for the whole day, dog, you're coming home to your next enemy, dog. And then you remain, and if it is hard to be guarded out there, and when I walk through, you don't guarded too. Then when it is, my guard's coming down, my guard's not coming down at any point in time. I don't even want to be in this relationship.
When am I able to really take the gloves off? Like I said before, and I'll reiterate that. Once I feel in my heart, in my mind, in my whole body, in my whole fiber of being, that I could take my gloves off without you using them same gloves to beat me, trust me, I good. Yo, I must say, this was interesting. We have a lot more to expound upon, but again, this has come to a close. I want to tell the viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. At the end of the day, it wouldn't always go where we wanted to go, but at the same time, we still could take a lot away from that. You understand? Yeah. So again, y'all, peace out. This was Boredom with the Kings. Trevon.
Johann.
Deuces.